spawning here in the bottom right, I guess, from Team Bear Sloths. There's our red TheM player from Poland. Actually, it's TheM. He's from Poland and using CM Storm for Poland. Get it? It's hilarious. I'm hilarious. I know. You don't have to tell me. And his opponent in the top right, in green, from Unseen Gaming. Thank you for actually playing the correct color. It's Vanderhal. He took a shower to calm down. I'm sure that's all he did. Was take a shower. So TDP, I'm pretty happy that we actually haven't had a that's what I'm looking for, a duplicate match yet. It's been nothing but different matches the entire time, which is not really normal. Usually, especially a lot of times when I cast, I see a lot of ZVZ, like almost constantly ZVZ. Casting with Poison TV, we've named ourselves Poison ZVZ TV. Because it's literally all we usually do. It seems to be the case a lot of times actually with, well, not Korea, is you just have an abundance of Zerg players who are at the top levels. It just kind of happens. Not that it's an easier raise, but it seems that it's just so much easier to actually get to the top level in the other regions as a Zerg player. But this is going to be a TVP. It is going to be a plat matchup. Our first plat matchup of the day. It's night. Oh, hi probe. What are you doing? This probe, yeah, that's a super fast proxy pylon. So about those proxy stargates. Yeah. Problem being, the TheM does have a Reaper on the way, but there's a lot of ground to cover. Don't lie, the TheM, it's not 2-2, it's 1-1. Yeah, these are custom replays, and they aren't played in order, so they're interesting. But Vanderhal, if he wants to go for a Stargate, he might want to take some gas, because right now he actually hasn't taken any gas. So I'm not sure if this is like just a complete fake. There we go. He's gonna finally take some gas now, but that is extremely far behind. Now he's not gonna be able to make the Stargate. Well, any decent timing. It's going to take a long time for the Stargate to actually come up. Had he actually taken his gases, he could throw the Stargate down now. As it stands, it's going to be a little while before he's able to. I guess he could go for like a proxy 4-gate. That would be hilarious. It can do a lot of damage, really, if your opponent doesn't see it, but never mind, it's not going to be Stargate anyway. It's going to be a Twilight Council proxy, which means, well, it doesn't mean DTs, but it's a pretty darn good chance. And wow, the Reaper got killed. That's a huge deal, actually, because now the TheM is completely blind. Yeah, he gets in there and sees that he only saw one pylon, so that's got to be a bit of a warning, right? You got to say, hey, wait a second, why is there only one pylon at this point of the game? You've got to have something else. There's got to be something somewhere, but still, this is there's a lot of ground to cover that can be good for proxies. I mean, if it was a Stargate, you'd probably expect it to be over here, so this may be like the first location that the TheM decides to go check, if he does check anything, but it is going to be a Dark Shrine. So, well, this could hit like a freaking truck. There is an engineer bay already down. We got a turret already coming up in the main. There's probably going to be one at the natural here in a second. But these are going to be at the mineral lines, which means that, well, the DT can get in. It could probably skirt around most of this vision range of the turret and get into the main base and really just kind of go to town on everything in there. But the DTs are pretty much guaranteed to do some amount of damage, in some regard at least. Depending on how much the TheM decides to save scans, it doesn't really look like he's going to, because this does look like it is going to be a Stargate. The way, what the TheM saw, I think it's still all he has seen, is the fact that there's only 2 gateways. There's 3 on these gases. He didn't see that pylon either when he went in there, so he has to know it's something, but the problem is there's nothing actually there. He does see the probe, hopefully. He's going to throw it at a pylon. The pylon of, I swear this is actually what I'm doing. I'm actually going to proxy a pylon in your base. Is this actually going to happen? The Dark Shrine is finishing up. DTs can warp in here in a second. If he warps in the DTs back here, that's going to be ridiculous. He's going to do it too. He's going to get away with warping and DTs back here. He's putting a pylon in. What is going on? TheM. This is why minimap awareness is really, really important. Especially if this stage of your play, having some minimap awareness is a big deal. I'm not sure what exactly he hasn't actually noticed anything, but he hasn't. He's got, well, there's 2 gateways down. We still have any DTs actually been warped in. Is he going to warp them in? There we go. Finally, a couple DTs warped it into the main base, which is just absolutely ridiculous. TheM does, well, he does see the blur now, so he's trying to go after these. There's a turret here, and he does see everything. It is still really difficult to get to them and do any damage. Now we have this vision blindness right now. He's going for reactor, which is really nice. Going for add-ons is a big deal. You probably should go after this turret. I don't know why you can't go for the tech lab because the turret's gonna have vision range of that. But still, any damage he gets done is money. There's nothing he really needs to get done. This is now almost paid for itself. He's gonna take out another building turret, but there's another turret here and a couple of units as well. So DTs, they do have a bit of a timer on them, but still, the pylons. The pylons. This is hilarious. One tech lab will go down, but it's not the tech lab. It's actually researching STEM, so it's not a big deal. STEM's still going to finish here. Is it? He sees this. Oh god! If STEM doesn't finish, this is going to be ridiculous. STEM doesn't finish. Oh Jesus! STEM didn't finish. That sucks. Good news for TheM. He's got a pretty big supply advantage. He's got a pretty big army advantage. So he could, if he realizes that he has this advantage, walk across the map and probably kill Vanderhal, but I don't think he realizes he has his advantage right now. And there's still pylons in his base. This is absolutely ridiculous. This is honestly kind of, well, it's kind of bad. More good things to do as a player is just to put depots or pylons around the edges of your base so you can actually see things like this. But still, he's seen these pylons. He sees this pylon. It's in his range. He sees this pylon as well. Another double DT warp in. They're going to go directly after the turret. If they're able to kill the turret, then there's a scan available. Hopefully there's a scan available in the main. There isn't. DTs are just going to... Well, the DTs are not going to be able to kill the turret. Nice repair by TheM. I thought the turret was going down for sure. One more pylon does go down, but still the pylon in the main base remains. Oh, poor M. Poor M. He even put a sensor tower here. A wonderful, a nice reaction time there by TheM. This time he is going to be able to saves the turret. He kind of realizes that, wait a second, what is going on? Am I really allowing this to happen? He's finally going to go kill this, which is nice. So this has all been just a major annoyance right now for TheM. Look at this, the army supply is so ridiculous right now. 40, what is that? 33 army supply to 6 in favor of TheM. Problem, wow, that's a bit of a blockage. The problem being right now for TheM is the fact that he doesn't have STEM, which really sucks for him. Back home for Vanderhal, he is starting to warp in some units. He's actually getting charged very quickly, and he's going for Archons as well very quickly. No storm on the way. So this is still not the scariest of armies, and once there's some medevacs actually on the field to help out this massive army supply advantage that TheM actually has, this could go pretty well for our Terran players still. He does scan, he sees the Archons, he only kind of almost sees. I'm not sure if he actually saw the Temple Archives, but yeah, he does see the Temple Archives. He did see that what wasn't researching, but still. He just good old charge out Archon. AKA I get wrecked by Ghost, but no Ghost Academy. Okay, no Ghost Academy. There's a Ghost Academy on the way. Ghost Academy is a pretty good building to have at this stage. More Templar are being warped in, but there's a bit of a supply block. A bit of supply block, I mean a massive supply block right now for Vanderhal. He does realize that he's starting to add on some pylons, so he should deal with. Make some units, because making units is a pretty good idea. No robo at all actually right now for our Protoss players. So just if M is able to get out some Vikings, or not Vikings, excuse me, get out some Ghosts, he's going to be in a really wonderful position. He just actually really needs to focus on the medevac production right now. He has taken his third base. He does see yet another pylon on the map. He can go take that out and further supply block Vanderhal, which would be pretty funny. For the time being, Vanderhal is going to push across the map. He's got no upgrades right now. He does have charge. It's about all he actually has. And charge alone isn't going to be able to do much. Nice little weapon of Zealots is going to force the lift on the CC, but it looks like he's going to try to attack into a really big army. Or at the least, he just probably wants to sit over here and deny this third base for a little while. Or no, he's going to go directly into this. He's going to go for this. Stim is finished, however. It's a lot of charge lots. TheM actually really very smartly moves back a lot of his units so he can micro back with those. Well, he's forcing him into a choke. He does have one ghost finish. There's going to be an EMP. He does EMP on top of that army, so these elves are, well, they're getting shredded. But no actual upgrades here for the TheM. Still a pretty decent army right now for Vanderhal, and he's just warping out a ton of zealots. There are a couple of widow mines here. It's going to help out a bunch against these charge lots. But there's so few medevacs right now. The stems are almost like permanent damage at this point. SCV's evacuating. He needs to move down these widow mines. If he's able to move down the widow mines, that'll be a bunch of help, but it doesn't look like he's going to be able to actually do that. Widow mines seem to be stuck. He actually may even lose this command center. There's only the 3 Archons and a single Stalker that actually morph up. There we go. Widow mine shots go off, do a bunch of damage. It's almost like an EMP on all of those zealots. I'm trying to micro back, but he's just, he's spending way too much time actually running. Almost enough time that these zealots are getting a recharge on their charge before they're actually killed off. 7 more Templars being worked in. Those are all going to be, it's all going to be Archons. Still Archons, no Storm finished. Still Archons. Still, there we go. Still Archons, thank you. It seems in Game Heart that my keybinds don't correctly work. Oh, never mind, that's why. Derpy derp. I figured it out. I'm a genius. More barracks coming in. Still, just the no starport. There we go. Starport remaking a reactor rather than taking the factory's reactor. Widow mine shot's going to go off once again. It's like an EMP. It's like a complete EMP goes down on all of those zealots. Another widow mine shot goes off. One EMP pretty much whiffs on all of those, but all of these SCVs are now going to be completely just ransacked. 6 SCVs do die. CC does remain, however, so that's nice, but still, TheM he's spending so much time just running away from this army. If he actually just stemmed and went for it, he would probably kill the army with little difficulty, honestly. It's 3 Archons left right now. Still a pretty nice lead. Does need to repair that command center. Doesn't happen. He does have a second command center floating over. That's nice. Widow mines once again have a recharge shot. You're gonna get shots off, which is once again just so much time spent microing back just unnecessarily. Widow mine's doing a ton of work here right now for the TheM. .48 workers to 42. No third base now for either player. But TheM is really scared for really no reason. Vanderhal is going to be taking a 3rd Nexus now. He is even on workers and down on army supply by quite a bit. Granted, there's a lot of army supply that's actually in widow mines right now for the TheM. But the army that is in actual bio and ghost right now could push across the map and probably kill Vanderhal. But problem being is that TheM does not notice this. He doesn't realize exactly where he stands in this game. You gotta assume that after taking all of the damage that he has taken in this game, that Vanderhal has a massive lead, but it's just not the case right now. And yeah, look at that. Look at that. I'm gonna go for double robo. Double observers. That'll work. Waiting for the robotics bay. There it is. Robo bay coming in, so the double Colossus switch is going to happen. With this low of a medevac count, TheM really wants to be able to use his gas and use his starport for medevacs rather than using it for Vikings. He needs to figure out that this is actually going to be happening and probably go attack before it actually gets to that point. He does have one moment, which is a nice little advantage because his opponent actually has no upgrades right now. Double forward did just finish up 4. There you go, 4 Vanderhal somewhere in there. +1/+1 on the way now, but much later than the TheM. And the TheM with these 5 ghosts and all of these widow mines, if he just needs to push across the map. Kind of a pretty recurring theme in this little play is just being a little bit too afraid to actually go and attack. He is starting to push out of the map a little bit. He wants to bring his widow mines along with him, it seems. Oh god, if he scans. That poor observer will just be absolutely wrecked. Goodness gracious. This game has been pretty silly. to say the least. Neither player has really shown the initiative of winning. Both players kind of throwing away leads that they do have. TheM has had a pretty substantial army lead for a lot of this game, but just spending so much time back home and just waiting and waiting and waiting. Now he's thrown away this lead completely, and now we have double Colossus production occurring. And no Vikings being made, no second starport, anything of the sort. There is, well, the third command center, actually the main command center, floated on over to this third base. There is another command center being built, and it has finished up. Now he's okay to float that down here and take an actual 3 base economy if he wanted to, but stands TheM is at a pretty rough location. He did lose Stim very early on in this game. That probably put him on a little bit of a tilt, trying to figure out how to deal with this game. There we go. Another Nexus is going to be taken here for Vanderhal, and slowly but surely he is going to take a pretty nice lead, just in tech. His +1/+1 is finishing. He's going to be able to go directly into +2/+2, economy permitting. With this double Colossus production, he's already up to 4 here. I don't know if he's going to make 2 more after this, or if he's going to try to get for a double upgrade still. But still, 4 Colossus in the blink of an eye. That's a pretty big deal. We do have 8 Widow Mines, so that's pretty cool. If he like just switched over this factory to a tech lab and got the Widow Mine speed burrow, the drilling claws, that'd be really cool. Just walk in with all these Widow Mines, just plop them down right on top of his army, get a bunch of shots off, and then bring the bio in. It's kind of like, just honestly, it's like an EMP. Get just a bunch of EMPs off. The coup de grace right now for Vanderhal would really be to get Storm. If he actually got Storm, this would be an absolutely kind of almost unbeatable army right now for him. Still, we do have some Vikings in production now. What am I looking for? There we go. 2 Vikings in production. We do have, well, just now the 2 just popped out, so still very low in that regard. But now TheM is on his 4th base, well, 3rd base really. So he is on a 3 base economy compared to or almost a 1 base. Did he actually get that upgrade? What did I say? No. No, he didn't get that upgrade. There's not many Marauders in this army though, so it is pretty. It's pretty weak. It's got a high DPS, but it's gonna get shredded by all these Colossus. And he scans and sees 5 Colossus. It's about to be 6 here in about 20 seconds. That's kind of scary. He does have 2/2. He's got a nice little tiny window where he could attack with his 2/2 upgrade advantage with just a 1/1 for Vanderhal. 2/2 is still pretty far away, even with full chrono. And TheM is TheM is maxed out. He's completely maxed out. He needs to go attack. He needs to start trading some supply. So this stance, he's not really doing anything right now. There we go. He's gonna push across the map now and try to get something done. Yeah, do take your Widow Mines with you. Here you go. Do take the Widow Mines with you. He's just like edging forward ever so slightly. Kind of playing this like it's actually a Zerg that he's playing against, but he's not playing a Zerg right now. He's playing a Protoss player, but this looks like this may actually just turn into a single battle of a game. Those Widow Mines, they all get shredded before they even burrow because, well, 6 Colossus kind of do that. Now, you do still have a good amount of Ghosts. They don't have Cloak, however, and with all of these Colossus, it's still going to be so difficult to deal with it. Massive EMPs do go down, so that's nice, but look at how clumped this army is against all of these Colossus. Supply is absolutely plummeting right now for TheM. Both players are losing a lot of supply, but with the Colossus being retained by TheM, or by Vanderhal, and he's in a much better situation right now. And he's actually going to be able to remax a lot better in a lot better of a situation. 5 Colossus do survive. All the medevacs are dying off as well to all of these stalkers. They don't have blinks, so they can't chase very well, but there's really no answer for all of these Colossus. And where's the reinforcements? There are the reinforcements. A few Zealots being warped in. 8 Zealots warped in at a time. It's really only on 8 gateways. He's on 8 gateways right now, assuming those are only his gates. But still, it's not really enough. There are 2 bunkers up here, but, well, 2 bunkers aren't going to do much against still. Once again, this Colossus count is ridiculous. Trying to find how many kills. Highest was 8, or highest was 13. There we go, 13, 15 kills in this one. Now all the Vikings are down. Vanderhal is into the natural base of TheM, and it's looking like TheM is going to have to tap out. Vanderhal's going to be on top of TheM's production here in just a second. He does pull off his SCV, so he's going to get on top of these Colossus, and he may be able to kill the Colossus, which would be cool, but not quite going to happen. 2-2 finished up here for our Protoss player, so yeah, he's going to be able to shred through that, and GG is called. Vanderhal will give Unseen Gaming a 2-1 lead here.